Well, happy Friday to you, Messiah Church. Pastor Tami here. I want to start today with a word of deep gratitude for all of you who were able to join us last week for our all-church meeting. You might remember that we started with an all-together worship at 9:30. Then we went across the hall and had a delicious brunch that was offered to us by our hospitality team. So thank you to all of you who had a hand in making that happen. And then we went back across the hall and reconvened in the sanctuary, where we counted over 104 of you in person and 66 devices that joined us online. And we reflected together on 2024, but we also looked forward to our future that is filled with hope. You know, you are a faithful and generous congregation, changing the lives and making a kingdom impact in this world. I want to highlight just a couple of ways that you've done that in 2024. First of all, we sent $268,000 out the doors for mission and outreach. That means these dollars were deployed in the world to make a kingdom impact. And of course, it supported our our covenant partners like Bloom and Amara, but also so many more community partners and special support for things like UMCOR and disaster relief. Now, you're going to be getting a letter from me with your 2024 giving statement in just a week or so that has a lot more details around how your financial support made a difference in 2024. We are working together to make this world a better place. In fact, there is a 2024 wrapped video. I'm including the link just below my picture in my eNote today, where you can watch and see a whole lot of ways that you've worked together as the Church of Jesus Christ to make this world a better place. Now, here's some really good news. You might remember last November, I shared with you that our servant steering team was predicting a financial shortfall of around $200,000 for 2024, just based on the giving trends that we had seen up until that date. And at that time, I asked you to pray and to consider how you might help close that gap. Well, once again, you guys responded with incredible generosity, closing that gap to just $9,800 by the end of the year. So thank you. Thank you for praying. Thank you for responding. And thank you for trusting us to use your gifts in wise ways. Now, as we step into 2025, I want to ask you to continue to give in the same generous and dependable and faithful ways that you have been giving. Our new giving campaign for our new fiscal year will start on May 4th, and we'll wrap that up with a dedication Sunday on May 18th. Now, if at any time you'd like to change your giving pattern sooner than that, you can contact Phil in the church office, and he'd be really happy to help you figure that out. All right, finally, this past Monday, we saw a change of power in Washington, D.C., as President Trump was sworn in as our 47th president. Now, I know for many of you, this is a welcome change, but also for many, this is a cause for much worry and concern for ourselves, for our country, and for the world. You know, I was reminded in one of my daily devotionals last week that Jesus taught us to pray, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." This is a strong statement that addresses the power arrangements at any given time in the history of this world. For over 2,000 years, this has been our prayer and our work to do together. And today, that has not changed. So the question I'm asking myself, and I ask you to ponder, is how is the Spirit reorienting me today to resist this all too familiar flow of how the world works and to stand up for those who are marginalized and underrepresented and afraid to build the kingdom of God here on earth? So with that question in mind, my message this Sunday will be around what it means to engage in one of our Methodist practices of holy conferencing. You know, even though we have very different personal opinions and beliefs, we are called to find ways to have conversations and make decisions that help us live together as a community of faith. Our common prayer has been and will continue to be that God's kingdom will come and that God's will be done here on earth, just as it is in heaven. Now we're going to look at words from the flawed but faithful Apostle Paul, and he reminds us of these 5 attitudes that we can put on each day that will help us enter into these difficult conversations in a Christ-like way. So I look forward to sharing this very timely message with you on Sunday. All right, I have a puppy here in my lap. I think he knows the pattern of our Friday mornings. Jack and I are going to head out on our walk. I hope that you're staying warm today and that you are basking in the glow of God's love for you. I look forward to see you Sunday or sooner. Take care. God bless.